Welcome. This is Crime Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we have fun with words and numbers, numerology to be precise. Okay, so I would like to share one of my inspirations, which I have many. My days don't go by without some form of inspiration somewhere. Okay, so I went to my local park, which I do most days, and that's where I tend to meditate and that's where I tend to connect with nature. Of course, naturally you do, but I tend to have a deeper connection with my higher self or I'm more aware of it then. The eurekas tend to just ripple like it was a gushing waterfall. Yeah, that's lovely. So there I was on the shade in my local park and meditating, and of course my mind was on the scriptures and my mind was on Abraham. But while my mind was on Abraham in the Bible, because I had been thinking about Abraham for maybe a day or two, and of course, if I think of Abraham there, I think of Sarah, but I think I was mainly concentrating on Abraham. And it struck my attention that the middle pillar of that shed that I was underneath was the name Sarah written right on it, and it was the only visible name that I could see. Of course, I checked because that's what I do. So there it was written like this, SRAH. And I thought, wow, so what is the message for me? I'm always asking for a message. Okay, so, but what I remembered, of course, I remembered the wonderful message that I did get from the word Sarah because it has this HA. This HA, of course, is that term we laugh. Ha ha ha. And of course, in the story of Sarah and Abraham, where God had promised her a child, she laughed, of course. Now, that was at that time, God had changed her name from Sarah, which was Sarai, Sarai, and had changed it to the H at the end. So I'm always curious, and this is what I always do. I want to know, well, if God changed someone's name, why did he have to change their names? Considering that he would have been the one in charge to give them the first name in the first place, why are you changing their names? So I have got this insight through numerology that it is the vibration. It's the vibration, it's the frequency that is being changed. When something so phenomenal as having a child is about to happen, or a woman is conceived, or in confinement, or having a baby, that's a whole new game. Everything around her changes. Apart from her body, everything else changes. The people around her, that also change because then there is an aunt. One has to be an aunt or an uncle or a cousin, and they all have titles. Everyone has a place or a post in this child's life. So of course, and I've always seen the H as a representation of a ladder. So it means everyone, including the mother, has elevated. So the H, of course, the letter H, denotes elevation to me. But not only that it denotes elevation, we see that it also is like a capital I. It would be like this. It's like the I. So now, as Sarah here, this I would not be like, she's not thinking about I anymore. It's baby, baby, baby. That's what would be. And the H that has been changed, of course, which denotes the 9, because when you have the I, this is 9. Okay, and 9, so when you spell 9, like N-I-N-E, and the numerical value would be, this is it here. So if we add this, this is 1924. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. So basically, here is the Sarah having a child now. She bears that 6, which is the number of man, which is the love number, which is 9. In actual fact, it's 9, but of course here we see this is where the 9 or 6 have gone through that motion of saying, well, like when we are born, we go, yes, everything is about me, it's I, it's this, and so on. But we go through that motion of the 7, as in the template. We go through the motion of having find or ways or path or realizing who we are. We go through being a fox. We go through gypsy journey. We pay our dues to headquarters zone and pay our inland revenue, which is the 9, which is what Sarah has to do. So going back to Sarah, it's that she's a mother who has given birth now or is promised a child, and that she would be a mother, and she laughs. And she laughed, I think it's 3 times in the scriptures. And that I felt was very significant, because that was also the other change that was in Abraham's name. The A and the H, those were the letters that were changed in the name Abraham, because he was not Abraham before. He was Abram, Abram, and then God changed his name to Abraham. Of course, that would denote the HA. Like I say, it's either ah with the exclamation of surprise or amazement, or the ha, which is that which we laugh. And we are told, of course, when we laugh, we are exciting or inducing the endorphins in our bodies. So we could see that there is a correlation of joy. Now, isn't that what happens when someone wants to conceive as well? We have often told that if you are relaxed and joyous, then you are likely to conceive better than being, oh, I wonder if it's going to happen tonight, or let's quickly do this, and and you are very anxious checking whether you have conceived or not. So we see that the ha, which also equals 9, because this is 8 and this is 1. 8 plus, let's do it here, 8 plus 1 equals 9. Let's do this on this side, that's fine. So this is where we see that the 9 has been, the ha is a mirror aspect of that 9 vibration which they were promised. Now, I'm giving this story because I was trying to work out, well, what is the message for me? And I'm thinking that this is, I know, messages for me is not just me personally, there is that aspect as well, but always there is a seed form of what we do that ripples out into the collective. And I believe that that's what this is about, hence I am doing a presentation on that. Okay, so we have this, as I say, I have seen that with Abram and let's go back to just showing. So Abraham, A-B-R-A-M, and God changed it to A-B-R-A-H, A-M. So there is another thing that we see very important. We have been going through, we have gone through these presentations. We see the B here, which is also reflective of the number 13, where that bond comes into play. And I believe that it's that God had also blessed Abraham with the son Isaac, I think. I keep saying think because I don't want to be saying the wrong thing, but we know that it was through Abraham that they were the seed or generations or of 12 sons. So it wasn't Isaac. I think Isaac had two sons and Jacob. So Esau and Jacob, I think, was the one who had the 12 sons. But the essence of the story here is that we know that there were 12. So from that 12, there would be another, of course, in addition, just like with the story of Christ and the disciples, there would be another, that would be 13. But there's that bond that we are talking about. And so we can see from here that there would be the feminine aspect from the story of Abraham here, because the B also is that breast, that nurturing. So basically we could say that Abraham had the seed of to have a nation, because God did say you'd be the father of many, of a powerful nation. Okay. Many nations. Okay, so and we have the M too, which also denotes that M, that 3, that W, and E, which is what we tend to use. Now, from the word Abraham or Abraham, we can see how this from the story that, of course, if he had a powerful nation, and from the word bra in the middle here, which also denotes that nurture, that feeding, that which gives life. So meaning his seed was very rich and powerful. And we see with the H again, here would be that ladder. It's like there was in Abraham was the ability or everything that one could ever need to become powerful. Okay, so with his children, with the nations, and we see that happen here. Of course, now I have been talking a lot about that the M and the B it's really the feminine, but of course I have looked at words like him, like words like as well, which denotes supports like a masculine side, but like her or some of those titles really lean to the masculine side. But of course, when we look at woman and we look at breast, we look at breathe, we look at all those different other words, of course, which I have done through many of the presentations, we can see how, especially through the name Eve, how the M and the W and the E and all those wiggly, including the S as well, how it becomes the feminine. So we see, of course, with the S, which was the perhaps the number one symbol of that feminine, because it is that which, although it was used, it is a symbol for the snake, but we can see that that's what is used as the feminine. It's the softness, it's the soft curve. Okay. But the essence of this presentation here, I was just trying to really bring the balance into play of the feminine and masculine here. But the balance or the emphasis that I really want to draw on here is that it's the AH and it's the R or the ha. And it probably, I can't help but think that the syllables that were chosen, specifically chosen, where two people get together in intimate or making love, these may be expressions that people use. So it seemed like very, it's kind of funny that it would seem that ah or ha would be what God would have changed Abraham and Sarah's name, and really these were the two letters. So of course those both those letters also symbolize a ladder, elevation, and joy. And joy is number 5 as well, which is where we always strive to be like the same as in Christ and in Eve. So I hope you have found this fun. I hope you have found it joy or ah or ha, whichever it is. Like we would say, whatever turns you on. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please share and subscribe. Okay, and as I say, thank you. Bye bye.